Okay, guys, great to have you here on the channel again. As always, I'm your host, LL, and obviously, we are in a bit of a bear market right now. The weekend is looking pretty bloody red, and a lot of people are getting really bearish. But the thing is, even during the bear market, there's always money to be made in crypto, and there's multiple ways to do that. We have obviously talked about in this channel a lot about these DeFi and CeFi lending platforms. You can earn interest on your assets even during the bear market, so you don't necessarily need to sell all your bags. I haven't sold anything during this weekend. Just changed another coin to another altcoin. I have not gone more into stables because I don't think it's worth it to dump at these prices. Rather wait for 4 years. Not obviously everybody has that privilege or option, so I understand, but I'm always there to give opportunities and advices to people who ask for it. So join the Telegram and Discord communities, and you can even tweet at me as well. But obviously I'm not a financial advisor. But today we're going to be exploring one of these avenues which allows us to earn during the bear market, and that is real estate investing through crypto. Now, it needs to be said, when these sort of like global market crashes happen, usually the real estate is going to be dying out like earliest. Maybe that's the case this time too. In the macro scale, I don't know how to answer that, but I like to have a portfolio which is diversified. For example, gold has been doing really well. I have a video which I made some time ago about gold stable coins. I'm gonna link that in the corner in case you want to check it out. But so as I was saying, you want to diversify your portfolio, and there is going to be time to buy, time to invest in all these types of different assets. So real estate is the one that we're talking about today, and I have gathered basically 4 different platforms here where you can basically put your crypto into use. Now, all of these platforms do require KYC. As far as I know, there's not a single platform where you can invest in real estate with crypto without KYC. Sure, down the line there might be something like that, but it's such a legal hurdle, so I just don't think I'm seeing happening. The first one we have here is called Terraland, and you can basically log in with your Terra extension. And they have, invested in a lot of these sort of holiday resorts and like more let's say like high-end customers, and these are probably ones that are going to be doing really well even when the economy crashes. The rich people are still going to be going into their villas and clubs and stuff like that. They're not going to be running out of money. Sure, they're going to be having some effects too, but they can still afford the luxury. So in some sense, investing in luxury real estate might be a good opinion or good option versus a normal real estate. That's once again not financial advice. I'm not a real estate expert, but that's how I would think basically. And they have so they have like a map here where you can like actually look different locations. Like here's a one on London, and there's like estimated return including loan farming, so 42% on this, and the one token price is currently at 900 USD. And here's even a video about it, what type of place we have here going on. Okay, this is like a digitally imagined, so this is not like real footage. I hate it when they use that type of stuff, like I mean, kind of gives a misleading, even though the technology is pretty fast way, but I don't know. And dividends are paid out monthly. Some of the information are TBA, but there are obviously things like here, for example, where this was 1 UST per token. And there are different types of things here and different types of interests. And I remember looking at these like earlier on, and they were not definitely on this rate. They also have their own token known as T-Land, and you can even claim an airdrop if you had done some STT LP farming. There's also trading input here normally, so I can just put out my UST here and swap it out directly to T-Land. And obviously, as I've said in the past, Luna is very, very easy to use. This is why I'm featuring this one first. Also, you can stake the asset, the LPs, and on-funding period is 5 days. There's a lot of interesting tokenomics here compared to a lot of the other things. But let's look at some of the other resorts here. So most of these are European based. They have things in Cyprus, Spain, and Italy, I think. So Canary Islands here. And the terms are different on each one. This one actually does seem to have like a real footage here. Like, look at that. Gran Canaria, that is, pretty nice place, a resort. A lot of people like to go here from my country. Oh, like right at the docks. So that's pretty impressive. So there are some really high quality things here which you can get invested. Right now, they don't seem to have more than 8 here. I'm not sure, does it show us the all? Okay, here are the map. So around 8 different locations. And there are still ones that are going to be announced soon. The token unit prices, I still think you can invest like with $50 or something. You don't need to buy a whole unit, I think. I could be wrong about that. I don't have an account here, by the way. I haven't done the KYC yet. But this one does have a very nice returns for real estate. So if they're able to deliver those percentages, I think this is a pretty nice one. Now, it is a monthly dividend. Some ones offer weekly ones, but it's kind of up to what are you actually looking for. Next up, we have a platform on Algorand, RealT AI, and this actually allows you to get in investing at low as $50. So that is a pretty, inclusive. And this one I basically found out today, and these are, to my understanding, paying out pretty frequently. And they also have multiple different payment options. So one of the things you can get paid in is Algorand. And they seem to have quite a lot of different locations. So I believe you're able to list even your own house. So that's also one of the things you can basically do with these platforms. Maybe you can get a better deal by tokenizing your real estate and then, making money through that. But it has a lot of different things. So there's like a cash payout. There's the IRR, internal rate of return, a new term for me. And there's a lot of information here, how much has been invested, the token price, how many tokens there are. And there's like some pretty, charts here as well. These are kind of for more real estate savvy people. This is still a very new thing to me. But once again, a pretty nice platform. I think all of these locations seem to be, also they have their own Reddit community, which is pretty cool. So you can go ask questions there if you have any concerns. And here you can like do the whole KYC and stuff like that. You can be outside of America. And I think the Americans are not able to accept like payments in Algorand, but they can get like dollars or something. And yeah, let me go back to the marketplace page. I think all of these are, 68 in total, 42 have been sold, so a lot of different apartments. And these are all in America. So if you want to invest in American real estate, this is definitely the platform to go. Like the Terra one we just talked about, those locations were all in Europe. So there's a lot of geolocation difference between investments, obviously. And appreciation in certain neighborhoods, certain countries might rise more than it does in others. Next up, we have a platform called RealT, and I have a full review out of this on my channel. This is operating on Ethereum, but also on XDAI. And this actually pays you weekly dividends or payments based on the assets you have basically bought out. And the locations are here all in America, far as I remember. And the rates are, they are lower than they are on some of the other ones. But basically, when you buy, you are getting the tokenized assets of that house. And you can basically get dividends, but you can also sell out your share at any point, basically, on the platform. And, these are kind of more normal houses or like normal rented places. Okay, I would to live on this one. Holy shit, that doesn't look too amazing. Okay, look at you. At least you could clean this shit up. Oh, this does not look like a great bedroom. But yeah, so there's like how they're rented, and this just seems to be like more for like middle class people. Oh my god, it's fucking Detroit. But there were like some of the ones were pretty good, so I can probably show you my portfolio here, and let me see if I can find it. Let's see, and yeah, here I can show you like you like connect your address and you basically get paid into that. The process was kind of the platform could be a bit more streamlined and less clunky. I mean, clunky is not the word, but it was kind of like it's not simple and streamlined as it could be for like buying out. But basically, I invested in one house from Ohio, another from Florida, and this one was actually pretty nice. So yeah, this is something that I invested in. This seems to be a very nice neighborhood, and rent per token and etc. I have like 20 tokens on each of these houses basically, and around 8% interest on these down the line. And these are going to be something that are going to be here for a very long time. I don't see myself cashing out or anything anytime soon. It's not making me millions, but I put in 1,000 or two into these houses here. And then we have a last platform, which is in Stellar. So it's kind of cool that we have not only 4 different platforms, which I've covered here, and all of them are in different blockchains, allowing you to have the ability to choose the ones that you like to use on. And there are obviously platforms where you can buy and sell real estate to, not just invest in them. So if you're selling or buying things, you can find a couple of other platforms where you can buy with Bitcoin. But I'm not so familiar with them. I find this a lot more, at least in my case, more interesting to invest in fractionalized real estate. And I think there are going to be more players down the line in the future, or these existing ones going to become bigger. Now, Smartlands has been in beta for a very long time. This is a token that I've actually talked about on the channel. It was some very old altcoin, video in 2019, and it had gone like 10x from that video at once upon a time. So it was a very good investment, but this is very early on still, and it seems that you need to be like having an account here until you can see all the projects here. So when I try to tokenize my property, so this is something you can do with this platform. You can create your own property here. Let me see if the ad block is blocking this shit. And it doesn't show us anything here. So I think I need to have like registered to the platform until I can basically see the categories, if there are any. But it currently says here beta. So a lot of these platforms are very different from each other. Some of them have tokens, and maybe investing in the tokens might be better than in the actual real estate. And also some are more decentralized, and some are offering dividends on weekly and monthly basis. I recommend just doing a bit of research on all of them and seeing which one basically is the one for you. I'm not 100% sure actually, will this require KYC? It doesn't show up, at least here. So that could be a very good thing. And I think somewhere down the line, technically you could have, I mean, when you are buying the real estate, those are going to be tokens. And technically somebody could list those tokens in somewhere where anybody could basically buy them out. But that is kind of my rundown of these real estate lending platforms. Sorry, real estate investing platforms on crypto. And I think it's a good, way to diversify your portfolio if you don't have 100K lying around to invest in some random house. I think, having a fractional ownership on, some luxury apartment can be a pretty good thing, especially if you are given on a decent interest on it. But thanks for watching. I will be seeing you guys on the next video when it will be dropping out. See you soon.